Hey, what's up, guys? Here again on another week of Kicking It with Coach Webb. Today I have somebody who's incredibly familiar with me, and I am with him, but many of you may know a little bit about him, but not a lot. Anyways, this guy is special, near and dear to my heart. One of my best friends, best man at my wedding. This is my brother. This is Chris Webster, better known to you YouTubers as Webby. He has a channel out called Wrestling with Webby. All kinds of crazy stuff on there, and looking forward to that. But anyways, I'd like to welcome here Webby to our studio. Here we are in Call Recording Studio, Chris and Andrew Webster Recording Studio, and
it's good to be here.
Yeah, welcome home, I guess.
Yes,
you know?
Well, it's good to be on your channel. You know, somebody else's channel for once.
That's right. But anyway, so I'm going to ask you some biography questions, and then we'll talk a little bit about your channel, and we'll go from there.
All right, that sounds good.
All right, Chris. So, how do you want me to refer to you on here?
It doesn't matter. Let's just shoot.
All right, let's just shoot it. Okay. So, Chris, can you tell everybody when and where you were born at?
Poplar Bluff, Missouri.
Poplar Bluff, Missouri.
August 2nd, 1988.
So you just celebrated a birthday, huh?
Oh, absolutely.
So how old are you now?
Well, I feel older by now.
Older by the minute. That's good, man.
I'm just kidding for everybody that's watching me. Huh?
Yeah, for you people that are older, you know, I don't
Yeah.
want to offend you.
Yeah.
So what do you think is your earliest memory in your life?
Earliest memory in my life. Well, I couldn't pinpoint an actual earliest memory in my life. There's a lot of sports memories. There's a lot of good memories in my life. Since I'm sitting next to my brother, I guess I could pinpoint some good memories in my life. Us wrestling, since I have a wrestling channel, playing sports, you building a actual baseball field out of our grandma's,
Yeah.
chicken yard stadium, things like that,
Right.
or an actual wrestling ring
Yeah.
with a tarp, mattresses, and hoses.
Yeah,
You
water
know,
hoses.
Yeah,
That's right.
water hoses, which was pretty cool. You said that was my birthday present, actually. You know, and then us beating each other up with frozen trash cans and that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
beat me for real that time. But anyways,
Yeah. But that was a blast. You talked about early memories.
some early memories there, so that's good. So you mentioned about your early memories. You talked a lot about playing different sports and things. So what was your favorite sports to play growing up? What did you play?
Baseball and football.
Two main ones. I mean, did you do soccer a little bit too?
Yes, I did soccer. It wasn't my favorite
No.
by any stretch of the word. I did it. Wasn't very good at it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was in the position that they put, you know, down by the goalie.
All right.
But to me, it was where I'm not even for sure what that position is now.
Yeah.
But to me, it was kind of where they put the players that weren't the best.
All right. Well, let's get into some real stuff here. Some stuff maybe people don't know about you. Let's talk about when. So, when you're born with cerebral palsy,
Yes.
and you know, let's tell us a little about that. And maybe some of the places you went to get some help with that.
Yes, I was born with cerebral palsy and a seizure disorder. I've always tried to look at it as, you know, so what?
Right.
I've always tried to look at it as I'm just like you and everybody else in the world.
Right.
That's why I played sports, managed football team and things like that, wrestling team in high school, basketball team in middle school. Tried out for the basketball team, and Coach Hill made me the manager in middle school. Said that he needed help that way,
Yeah.
which I didn't have a problem with.
No.
Did not have a problem with that whatsoever, because I was part of the team, and that was okay.
Yeah.
You know, But as far as getting help with my CP and stuff, I got help with that King Rogers Children's Center.
Mm-hmm.
Back then it was King Rogers Cerebral Palsy Center.
Yeah, and you know, and that's cool because, you know, when we grew up, like, you know, we weren't like the poorest kids, but we weren't like, you know, well off by any means. And the fact that we were able to go there and get those treatments for free, you know, I would say that that had a huge impact on your life, wouldn't you?
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, I got therapy there first 12 years of my life, something like that. Started, you know, getting therapy 3 times a week.
Yeah.
And it ended up being once a month, you know, and it was great. You know, you have to go to summer camp, you know. I think it was a week long, and they sent you to summer camp, Land Between the Lakes. Then you went to Camp Barnabas. They switched it to Camp Barnabas eventually, which, you know, that was still outdoors and stuff, but it just offered, you know, more stuff. But it was a lot of fun, and those people ended up, they really felt like family, you know, because they help you and they, you know, so much, and I thank them for everything that they helped me for how I am today, because I know I would not be where I'm at today without the therapy that I got.
Well, yeah. I mean, you think about, I mean, we try to do as much as we can for them each year. We're still doing it. I mean, you went there for 12 years, right? And we've been helping them. You're what, how old are you now, 31 or 32?
32.
You're 32. So you went there for 12 years, and we've been helping them really for 32 years, but we've been helping them for 20 years since then. So, like, and you still want to do it. I mean, telethon, they do all kinds of stuff. So if you're watching this in the Boot Hill, like the Kenny Rogers Children's Center, if you're looking for something to help, is an amazing place that these kids, there's nowhere really, there used to not be anywhere for these kids to get therapy between St. Louis and Memphis. You know, we're kind of in the middle, but I mean, you talk about a place that's going to change kids' lives and improvement. I mean, that's the place. So if you're interested in looking to helping somebody, you know, check out the Kenny Rogers Children's Center. They provide the best services around, and I mean, literally change your life.
Speech, occupational, and physical therapy does wonders. I will say that.
All right, so you're growing up. You're my brother, and talk about some of your nicknames growing up. Usually, you used to get my recycled nicknames, but let's talk about some of your nicknames.
Recycled nicknames. Well, Webby is one of them. I will say Webby, Webby Jr., Christoph Webb Chesterton, Fieldville, Iowa.
That's probably my favorite.
Yes, I got that at work. It was off of Mr. Deeds.
Yeah.
Let's see. Butterfly.
Butterfly. Where's that one from?
I got that 9th grade PE class.
Gosh.
I have really no idea why I got that nickname, but somebody gave it to me. Woogie, our old teacher, one of the old teachers that you had. I don't remember what the teacher's name is, but one of the teachers in high school gave that to me.
That's a bunch
Weeby, yeah, Weeby. Just there's countless.
Countless nicknames. All
Yeah.
right. So let's talk about a little bit more about high school here before we get into careers and different things. So you're in high school now, and who was probably your best friend in high school?
Best friend in high school. Well, probably Mikey Henley.
Mikey Henley.
Well, there's no probably to it.
I was going to say that's basically your other brother. You know.
That is my other brother.
Yeah.
You know, I have you know, even now, you know, I'm 32 years old, and you could probably count on my hand, you know, the major friends I have, and they've all come from either middle school and high school.
Dang, well, that's something about being loyal. So, so you're in high school, you're friends with Mikey and whatnot. What was probably your favorite subject in school?
My favorite subject in school, weightlifting or choir, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, weightlifting or choir.
Okay.
Weightlifting, you know, Coach Pixley, which you had on here,
Mm-hmm.
on channel before. He did wonders, not only in weightlifting, but he did wonders when we were little. I had him in Little League Baseball as a coach and things of that nature. You know, he really taught me to, you know, just look at my disability and toss it out the window. You know, look at myself to be just like everybody else. You know, he did not just keep me on the bench.
Right.
I was in the outfield. I played in the outfield. I was an extra hitter. I was always participating. You know, I did not just sit on the bench and be a cheer, be that person that cheered.
Right.
You know, and I really appreciate everything that he did for me. And I remember in high school, because in high school you had two hallways. You had one hallway that some kids sit in, and you had another hallway that the other kids sit in the lobbies.
Mm-hmm.
And after school, before practice, I was kind of sitting in one of the lobbies, and he came up to me and we were talking. And ironically, you know, it was right before a Kennett game, and we were talking about what he was going to say as a speech before that Kennett game. And he's like, you know, Webby, I have ran out of stuff to say to the kids. You know, I just ran out of everything to say. And I really hope he's watching this one, because this was really cool. I said, well, you know, I said, it really doesn't matter how good or bad a team is. You're not going to win unless you have heart. And that night before the game, he goes, because usually I stayed out and I was with the water boys and the ball boys and whoever was doing stuff with towels. And I listened to the band, did the national anthem and all that stuff. I usually just stay down on the field. But that night, senior year, and it was raining very, very hard at Dexter. I mean, it was nasty. And I went in and he said, you know, I was talking to somebody very special today, and his name is Chris Webster. And he told me exactly what I just got done telling you. And he goes, you're not going to win unless you have heart. And that was awesome that he said exactly what I told him before, as soon as school let out. That was his speech, you know, right before the game started. You know. Now, we ended up winning that game, but, you know, that was cool senior year hearing that.
Yeah, I bet that was really neat.
So Coach Pixley had a really big deal, you know, weightlifting and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
And he really pushed me just like everybody else. He didn't hold me back or treat me like I was, you know, anything less.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because you're not. I mean, you're not any less. It's just different, you know, like.
He didn't treat me different.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think you're anything less. All right. So what So when you were listening to music in high school, what was maybe your favorite music or band that you listened to?
Well, I didn't have a favorite band. You're gonna laugh at this because I already see you laughing. You know, really, I'm strictly country music, honestly.
Yep.
Yeah.
What you like?
Yeah, I'm strictly country music. Even now.
Yeah, that's it. Everybody likes what they like.
You laugh at me because you'll say, he doesn't know anything that's past 90s.
Yeah, 90s country, that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, so let's talk about your first job. Now, did you get this job during high school or after high school?
I got this job during high school.
During high school. So where was your first job?
Dexter's Movie Theater.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about maybe how you got that job and some of the different things that you did there while you were at the movies.
I got that job in April 21st, 2006.
Okay.
I clocked in at 5:45 p.m.
There you go. You just remember it, huh?
Well, I remember it because back then, and I know it's not that way now, but back then, you know, they had a set time. Carasota's theaters had a set time for that theater. You know, most of the time, movies started straight up and down 7 or 7:15.
Mm-hmm.
And Clyde Costin, best boss I've ever had, still to this day, I will say that. I got a great deal of my work ethic, not only from my parents, but from him, or from our parents, I should say.
Yeah.
But from Clyde, you know, I still stick with his work ethic to this day. The theaters, he has come in at 5:45, and he came in, and I put in my application. Now, mind you, I put in my application at Webster and Owens grocery store in Town and Country in Hickory Log. Great place to eat ribs in Dexter if you ever go to Dexter. Okay. I put my application in there, you know, didn't get a job there, and
Didn't even get an interview at those places.
no, I got an interview at Wallace and Owens
Really?
and at Hickory Log.
Really?
But
I forgot about that.
and I didn't get a job at those places, and that's okay because it all worked out for the best.
Absolutely.
Um,
God has a plan.
But I applied at Dexter's Theater, and we were at West Park. You, me, and Mom were at West Park. I don't remember what we were doing, but it was a Tuesday, and you said, well, have you called to see about your application yet? I'm like, no, I'm going to give it a few days. And they're like, you need to call and see about your application. I'm like, fine. So I called the theater, and Travis Rutledge picks up the phone.
Yeah.
And he goes, yeah, come on in for an interview. Click. I'm like, yes, sir. Click. So you rush me home, I get cleaned up and everything, and I go in for an interview, you know, and I'm sitting there, and I'm scared, right? Because Clyde, who's been manager there for years,
Oh, yeah.
and I'm just thinking, this isn't going to go well. This is not going to go well because
Dress for a funeral.
this isn't going to go well because I've always been scared of him.
Yeah,
you know?
me too. He had a reputation.
He had a reputation, you know. And I go in for this interview, and I'm sitting in his office, and you have to realize, you know, he's got this picture up when the theater just opened, you know, and it has the mayor of Dexter, and it has like some of the owners and stuff of, you know, Care Soda, and it has him there, right? And it has them cutting the ribbon open, and it has, you know, just these old, you know, old Western movies and all different types of stuff. And the same safe that's been sitting there since 1970, and all different types of stuff in there. And he goes, leans back into his chair, and he goes, "You're scared of me, aren't you?" Just like that.